Neville Goddard's nickname should have been Mr. Steal Your Girl.
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Neville Goddard literally has people all over the world wanting to steal girls from people, or steal women from people, or steal men from people. So many people want to get somebody back, or they want to manifest somebody new. However, the way a lot of you are going about it is totally wrong, and a lot of you are completely missing the picture. Too many people are making a situation more about the other person or people involved than they are making it about themselves. If you listen and pay attention to the core message of Neville's talking points, the core message of Neville's talking points when it comes down to anything that you're trying to manifest is it's all about you. You are the focal point. It's never about a third party. It's never about your SP. It's never about your parents. It's never about your friends. It's never about your coworkers. It's all about you. In the very beginning of Neville's book, At Your Command, Neville talks about decreeing a thing and how decreeing a thing has been powerful since the beginning of time, all the way back to when God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. However, Neville then goes on to say most people are decreeing a thing wrong. He talks about how vain repetition is pointless in most cases. And most times people repeat empty words that oftentimes get you the exact opposite of what you want. Neville then goes on to say that decreeing is not done with the words. Decreeing is done in consciousness. And that's why nothing sticks with a lot of you when it comes to trying to manifest a person back or manifest somebody new into your life. It's because you're decreeing that you are doing, it is futile. It is done in the 3D aspect. It is done in vain repetition. It is not done with this internal knowing, I am change, that I am God, that I am the prize. The decreeing isn't done from knowing. The decree is being done from desperation. So externally, you are decreeing, I am loved, I am wanted, I am cherished, but internally you feel the exact opposite. It is hard to ask for riches when you feel poor. The same way it is hard to ask for a relationship when you constantly feel lonely. It is hard to ask for an ex back when you are desperate and lonely. From this day forward, everybody watching this video, I no longer want you to decree with your words necessarily. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. If it makes you feel good, go for it. But what's most important is what sets internally, what clicks internally, the internal shift. You know, when I watch these dating podcasts and I work with people one-on-one, I constantly hear how guys talk about they never get compliments. They never get looks. So many men say, I can count on one hand how many times I've gotten a compliment in the past year or in the past 5 years. Women is typically the exact opposite. Women get complimented all the time. So they know how it feels. Consciously, it's easy for a woman to get to that state of knowing or feeling it. And I truly do believe this is part of the reason why you hear so many success stories about women getting their SP back versus men getting their SP back. Because with women, it's typically communicated on a more consistent basis how beautiful they are, how much they're needed. But with men, it's the exact opposite. With some men, that is. Because me, I'm not in that category. Because why? The one thing that I've learned from studying Neville all of these years is it's never about what other people are doing. It's always about what you are doing to yourself. I'm not saying this to boast or brag, but I know myself personally, I always get looks. I do get compliments from women very often. I've never had problems with women. And you see, even me just saying these words, these are internal affirmations that come off easily to the tongue because whatever your internal state is, it will naturally just flow off of your tongue. And so me, I know I've never had these problems. Even back when I wasn't really studying LOA and I had no idea about LOA, my self-confidence, my consciousness around this area and dealing with women was always higher than the average man or always higher than the average teenager when I was a teenager at the time. So I never really had limiting beliefs or limiting internal states around when it came to women because I always got attention. But once I started to study Neville, I enhanced this because I now knew, yo, this really starts with me and it also ends with me because as you always hear, I am that I am. So you must understand when it comes to getting anybody, whether it's somebody old back that you want to get or somebody new back, you have to rise in consciousness. You have to rise past your limitations, past your words and get to that feeling state of knowing and feeling that you are wanted and that you are loved. And for men, a lot of times I know that's extremely hard, but it is possible with practice. And with women, I find a lot of times your problems come once you go through a breakup. That's where your problems come, is once you go through a breakup or once you lose somebody, whatever the case might be. And it's always around that one particular person. It's never around random strangers. Random strangers you have no problem getting attention from, but it's always from that one person. And again, this is why you constantly hear me talk about how nuanced this stuff is, because this stuff is so nuanced and it's not one size fits all like so many people try to make it out to be. I want you guys to think about celebrities for a second. Why do you think celebrities get so much attention? You probably think because they're rich, they're famous, they look good. But you know what the truth is? Those are all byproducts of the fact that they have risen to that level in consciousness. I think something a lot of people don't think about is there are a lot of pretty people in the world, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, but they don't get any attention. Why is that? Because they haven't risen to that level in consciousness. How many times do you see people walking around that look absolutely stunning, but they get no attention? How come they're not models? How come they're not famous? How many times have you had friends that are absolutely beautiful, but when you go out, guys don't talk to them? Or when you go out, women don't talk to them? It's because internally, they're blocked. They haven't shifted. They have an internal affirmation. They are decreeing internally, as Neville says, guys are intimidated by me. My beauty scares them away, and things of that nature. So therefore, you are repelling men coming up to you, or you are repelling women coming up to talk to you, and you don't even realize you're doing it. This happens to so many people. Guys, if you're out there listening, shoot your shot, because a lot of times these women that are very, very beautiful, they don't even get approached anymore, especially nowadays in the dating climate. With the way the dating climate is, where you have men going their own way, where you even have women going their own way. So many people are isolated now. Guys, I'm telling you, shoot your shot. A lot of these beautiful women, they don't get talked to because men are scared to talk to them. A lot of these beautiful women are waiting for men to talk to them, salivating at the mouth. And women, the same thing applies to you. I know you constantly hear women should not make the first move. Women shouldn't do this. Women shouldn't do that. Listen, there are no rules in this stuff. And that's where a lot of you cause hiccups, is you are following these unwritten rules, or these rules that you heard your friends say, or these rules that you heard somebody say on YouTube. And you're like,
oh no, I'm a woman, I can never make the first move. Oh no, I'm a woman, I can never pay for the first date.
oh no, I'm this. Oh no, I'm that. Listen, these rules are exactly why a lot of y'all are fucked up, because you don't understand the universe has no rules. There is no right or wrong answer. The right or wrong answer is whatever you decide to be right or wrong, period. If you think you're a woman and you shouldn't pay for the first date, guess what? You're right. If you're a woman and you think it's okay to pay for the first date, guess what? You are also right. See, people act like these rules that you hear in the dating world are universal, but when you always go back to Neville's basic principles, and what I've learned in reading and studying LOA for over a decade now, is you make the rules. You are the focal point. So men and women out there, shoot your shot. Stop getting caught up in all the nonsense, all the noise out there. People telling you, oh no, you shouldn't do this because of this. Oh no, you shouldn't do that because of this. Oh no, you're a man, so you shouldn't do this because you're a man. Oh no, you're a woman, you shouldn't do this because you're a woman. Understand, every situation is nuanced. And while some of these sayings might be true, it doesn't mean that it applies to you. It doesn't mean necessarily that it applies to you right now in this moment. And again, if it does, it's because you're telling yourself it applies to you. Again, going back to my celebrity reference, think about celebrities. There are celebrities that are extremely popular, and there are celebrities that are not popular. There are celebrities that are absolutely beautiful that get attention. Then there are celebrities that don't get any attention for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason now. It's because they haven't risen there in consciousness. They don't know. They're too shy. They're playing it safe. Whatever the excuse is for them. All the top celebrities, they know they are the shit. Even the quote unquote ugly ones. There are celebrities out there that you look at them and you're like, yo, he's not even that attractive, or she's not even that attractive. How did she end up with him? How did he end up with her? It's because they've risen there in consciousness. They've decreed a thing internally. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And when you get to that place, if you say, let there be an SP, there's the SP. Whether it be old, whether it be new. Getting an SP is never about other people. It's always about you. Going back to that famous Neville quote, there is no one to change but self. So many of us come into this manifestation space trying to change other people, trying to get people to change their mind, when all you need to do is you need to rise past limitations internally, decree a thing internally, and all of these people will meet you naturally. You won't have to do anything. You won't have to lift a finger. And this is the whole point of what Neville's teachings have taught me over the past decade plus. People are only messengers. Events are only messengers. Money is a messenger. Relationships around you are messengers, showing you who you are being. If you want to elevate and you want to be around wealthier friends, people that have money, but you're not right now, that's because your internal state is showing you who you are currently being. So once you start to decree internally, you have wealthy friends, and you start to feel that real, go to the closet, pray in secret, and what is done in secret will be shown in the light. Once you start doing these things, next thing you know, wealthy friends show up. And the best part about it is you didn't have to lift a finger. This is what Neville is talking about. This is what's most important outside of the golden rule, in my opinion, that so many people in this community miss, is you're making it so much about getting that thing. I need to get the money. I need to get the SP. I need to get this, get that. When the whole point is to rise in consciousness, to become that thing that you want. Because when you want something, by definition, you don't have it. So therefore, you are separate from it. So instead, internally, you need to have it. You need to decree that you have it internally. Mirror neurons in science prove to us that the brain does not know the difference between something real versus something fake, a lived experience versus a virtual experience. This is why things like pornography are so powerful, because your brain can't tell the difference from what you're watching versus what you're actually physically doing to yourself in the present moment. Your brain actually thinks that you are experiencing what you're watching on the screen. Just like if I tell you right now to imagine sucking on a lemon, your mouth immediately starts to water. You start to get that feeling right here in your mandible jawline area. This is because of things like mirror neurons. This is how powerful the brain is. This is what happens when the brain is in unison with feelings and emotions and your other senses. From here on out, the biggest lesson, decree a thing in consciousness. Stop decreeing with your words necessarily, unless it makes you feel good. If decreeing with your words helps you get to a point to where you can decree in consciousness, keep doing it. But a lot of you are missing the point, because a lot of you are just repeat, instead of feeling. And as we all know, Neville's famous saying, feeling is the secret. And when you understand feeling is the secret, you understand I need to rise in consciousness to feel what it would feel like to be back with my person. What would that feel like? I don't need to go steal my person from somebody else. A lot of you guys think, yo, what can I do in the 3D to go steal my SP back from a third party? What can I do to go steal them back even though they're single? Like, how can I get them back? And in fact, all the time, I tell people in the 3D, if your person is with somebody else, always follow Neville's golden rule. Do to others what you would want them to do to you. If you were in a relationship with somebody, you wouldn't want somebody secretly trying to break y'all up. You wouldn't want people wishing on the downfall of your relationship if you were happy. So my question to you is, why are you doing that to other people? You're breaking Neville's golden rule. There's a better way to manifest the SP when the third party's involved. And that way is exactly what I'm explaining right now. Decree a thing in consciousness. Rise to that level of being loved, feeling loved in consciousness. Feel and know that you are loved, that you are forgiven in consciousness. You say you're loved, but deep down you feel rejected. You feel like shit. So externally you're decreeing one thing, but internally you're decreeing another. Again, as I always say, the Holy Trinity, it's not in synergy. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, the feelings you feel. And the fastest way that you win in life, in any area, in my opinion, is through self-mastery, bar none. People are focused on all of this other stuff out here. The main thing that you should be focused on, self-mastery. Your focus shouldn't be on getting somebody back. Your focus shouldn't be on making this dollar amount. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but this is where a lot of you guys get sidetracked, because you're missing the whole point of Neville's teachings. Because the whole point of his teachings is to tell you that the kingdom of heaven is within. And the faster that registers with you, the faster you will start to live heaven on earth.